incompatibility, let's frame it a different way. Think about it a different way. So there's incompatibility, and then remember, inside of incompatibility, there's workability. So what would be an example of like that? So let's talk about me and my boyfriend. On the surface, we seem very incompatible. He's an engineer. And I'm fucking me. That's actually not compatible. You know, I have a tendency to be messy, flamboyant a lot of times. I'm very, very animated. I can talk a lot. If I really like somebody and I feel comfortable with them, I'll talk a lot. He's the opposite of that. So it's very quiet, very still. Like you can feel the stillness in him. He has a very slow, deep voice, completely, totally different mind than me. They do not go together. But within that, there's workability. True incompatibility means there is no workability and one or more of the parties is not willing to work on anything that they're incompatible on. So incompatibility can actually be a real gift. That's why I lean towards people that are so different than me, because I see how they can pull these certain things out of my character because we're so different. Incompatibility isn't a bad thing unless within that there's no workability. My last relationship, there was no workability. We were incompatible and we should have left it at that. The other person was not willing to change things about themselves that were making us compatible or find something that was mutually beneficial to both of us. That was not done. And so the relationship disintegrated and fell apart, caused a lot of problems. And you can see that inside of relationships with dogs. The dog can't do anything, obviously, because they don't, they're just doing the dog thing. And the person a lot of times doesn't even know what they're doing is this causing this massive incompatibility for the dog. So an example with Rufus would be Peter living in the house is not compatible for him. He has said it to be so. Does that mean that you're like, well, we just live alone forever or never see Peter again? No. It means, how workable are we in this area? Am I willing to put forward effort to improve it? Yes. Is the dog showing that this effort that I'm putting forward is helping improve its situation as well? Yes. So then when you see that, you're like, okay, cool. What was previously incompatibility has become a connection point for us. And we're both trying to work on this together. Even though the dog doesn't understand the concept of why you're doing it, you do. And the dog appreciates the effort and the intention and the change in how they feel. I personally think that incompatibility in many areas is what gets you that awakening that people have when they work with a dog that they struggle a lot with, and then it ends up becoming better and they have success. It's the same kind of awakening that you have when you get sober. It's like a knowing that comes into you. And I think that is born of the incompatibility struggle. I think when you go and get a dog that's perfect for you, you get a great relationship, but you're not going to get the epiphanies that came out of the struggle. Same as there are people that have not experienced, like, let's go back to my boyfriend. Never done drugs, doesn't drink, doesn't eat sugar, has never been in trouble, never. That's wonderful. How great that prevention and intervention worked in your life as a young person, that you did not have to deal with some of those things and have those struggles. I did. And I have something that you do not have, because you didn't have to go through the dark night of the soul to get what I got. And so that relationship with a dog like Rufus is what takes you through the dark night of the soul, to figure out these things are actually incompatible, and unless I am willing to work on them, this relationship won't work.